Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rabbi Eliezer Melamed, Shlita. I hope everyone had an enjoyable Shabbos weekend. As we begin a new week of learning, we get closer and closer to Chanukah. I'm sure the excitement is in the air, and we continue our learning, but please, in the meantime, continue davening for Chalei Tzvagan Yisrael, for Shlem L'Chol Petzua Yisrael, safe return of our hostages. And we learn Leili Nishmat Seren Daniel Shemin Avdron V'Sheli Hashem Yikum Damo. We are actually approaching the end of this chapter here of Yayin of non-Jews. So again, we'll open it up to suggestions. If we have a topic that some of our listeners would like to hear, please let me know. But we'll finish this up with Iser Shtia B'Kalas Rosh. We have two sections here dealing with this topic. Ein lishtos mashke alcoholi mitoch kalas rosh or b'chever shel kalei das. One should not drink alcohol in lightheadedness, or meaning in a loose atmosphere, or in a place where people are just frivolous, because obviously the influence of alcohol is great. Chazal warned us to be very, very careful. Chazal told us in the Torah that even a righteous person, somebody who's called a tzaddik in the Torah, Noach himself, and he was called Ish Tamim. Kasher lo nizar b'yayin, when he was not careful with wine, kashal v'nafal etehomos habush v'habezion, he stumbled and he fell to the depths of embarrassment and shame. V'chein Lot higiyem etoch hashtil aniyov im benosav, in the story of Lot, the one that they don't teach you in school, in Parshas Vayera, after the destruction of Sodom, because of wine, he of course has relations with his daughters. In the story of Nadav and Avihu, the two sons of Aaron, who were righteous like their father, the Kohen Gadol, and they were ready and prepared to step in and fill his place as the replacements for Kohen Gadol. According to one opinion, why were they killed? Because they were not careful, they drank wine, and they were drunk, and they went into the Mishkan with a state of being under the influence. The Gemara in Sanhedrin tells us, there is nothing that brings sadness or strife or perhaps difficulty to a person more than wine. Furthermore, the Gemara tells us that wine can cause a person to sin, to have lewd behavior, and therefore someone who's worried that his Yetzer Hara, his inclination, is going to get the better of him, he should be careful and he should restrain and refrain from having wine. But Amram Yain is kavnu alcohol. When they said Yain in the Gemara, wine, they of course refer to alcohol and the alcoholic influence. Shekach bezmanim ikar shtiyas alcohol haisa b'yain, because in the days of the Gemara, that's the main way that people drank alcohol was through wine. Kasher shosam as alcohol b'chabura imuzika. When you're drinking alcohol with a group and there's music there, so there's even a greater concern that a person is going to let loose, so to speak. He's going to forget his real essence, his manners, and he's going to be drawn after his desires. And so many evils and ills and even galus, exile, came to the Jewish people as a result of this. Kfish Nemer, in Pasuk in Yeshayahu, says, "Hay mashkimei b'boker sheichar yirdofu me'acharei v'neshef yayin ad likem, v'hayach chinor v'nevel tov v'chalul v'yayim mishtehem v'espol Hashem lo yabitu u'masei yadav lo ro l'chein gala imi b'li das chvoda mesei ra'av." Yeshayahu Perek Hey, you can look up the Psukim Yud Aleph to Tesvav, the ills of being under the influence causing the galus. And v'hamonot sichei tzama l'chein herchiva she'ol nafsho v'ara pia livlichok v'yorad hadara v'hamonot shona v'aleizva v'yishach adam v'yishval ish v'einei gvahim tishfalna. Wow, this is very, very strong words about how the influence of wine, and as a result of the wine that people were drinking, that perhaps they lost their boundaries, they lost their way, and of course the great ones were lowered, and it led to gullus and other things. But we will see more that wine is not all bad, but everything in moderation. So we have to figure out the difference between proper drinking and improper drinking. So we have, I believe, one more chapter of this section. So please, if you have an idea for the next section, we're open to suggestions. If not, I will just pick one. But until then, please remember to daven for Chayalei Tzvagan Yisrael, for Shlem L'chol Petzuei Yisrael, safe return of our hostages, Le'ili Nishmat Sarah and Daniel Shimon Rav Dermot Shlosh Shem Damo. Thank you so much for joining us on our learning journey. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.